drizzle stitch is a fun variation of cast-on stitch. I've used it to make these little stand-up swirly things with pearl cotton. So let's look at how to make a drizzle stitch. First of all, what you need for a drizzle stitch is a long, skinny needle, such as a milliner's needle. Here I'm using a size 3 milliner's needle, and I have it threaded with a size 5 pearl cotton. You'll also need something to stab your needle into, such as a cushion, or here I'm using a wool pressing mat. You can get, if you don't have a big wool pressing mat, or if you want something more portable, you can buy these little drizzle pads from Sue Spargo, and those are really handy. But here I'm just going to be using my bigger wool pressing mat. Okay, so I'll start by bringing my needle and thread up, and then stab down into your fabric very close to where you just came up, and stab it in enough that the needle will stand up by itself. Okay, then you'll unthread the needle. Now we'll begin the cast-ons. Now I like to cast on with my left hand, and this is how I cast on, but people do it different ways. And then every time you cast on, slide that loop down the needle to the surface of your fabric. And as you add cast-ons, keep sliding them down so that you don't have a gap in between them. And decide how many cast-ons you want to have. The more cast-ons you do, the longer your stitch will be, and the more it will swirl. Okay, so I think that's just about enough cast-ons for this stitch. Now you need to rethread your needle to complete this stitch. So I'll rethread the needle. This can be the most challenging part because you've got to rethread the needle while it is still in your fabric. Okay. Now pull the needle out of that mat that you have it stuck into. And you'll see why you need to have a nice skinny needle here. You need to pull that needle through those wraps, those cast-on stitches. And as you pull through, make sure that you don't form a knot. So just keep pulling through until you have pulled it all the way through. And now you have that nice little stand-up drizzle stitch.